Good afternoon and welcome back to Girded with Truth. Yesterday we spoke about godly counsel, and it's very important in who we take counsel from. And we talked about always measuring what counsel we receive against the Word of God, because the Word of God holds the truth we need for life. So today we're going a little bit further or in a similar direction to talk about who we connect to or make leagues with. And Joshua chapter 9 verses 14 and 15 says, "And the men took of their victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of the Lord. And Joshua made peace with them and made a league with them to let them live. And the princes of the congregation swear unto them. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days, after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors, and that they dwelt among them." So here is the Gibeonites. They were in the land, and they heard how Joshua was taking the land. And they, in fear for their lives, decided, okay, we will make a league with Joshua so that we are not consumed, so that we are not killed, so that we do not die. And instead of Joshua and the Israelites asking God if to make leagues with these men, they decided, okay, no problem, we believe you, we take you at your word, and they made leagues with them. And what a league is really is a covenant. And God was very specific in who we can and cannot make covenants with. Here is Joshua not inquiring of the word of the Lord, and also just making a decision to make leagues with these men. So now we are going to go to verses 22 to 25 to see what Joshua did when he heard that he was deceived by the Gibeonites, that they really were not just coming from a far land and requiring assistance, but they were actually from the land. It said that they were neighbors of them. So this is Joshua's response in Joshua chapter 9 verses 22 to 25. And it says, "And Joshua called for them, and he spake unto them, saying, Wherefore have ye beguiled us, saying, We are very far from you, when ye dwell among us? Now therefore ye are cursed, and there shall none of you be freed from being bondmen and hewers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my God." And they answered Joshua and said, "Because it was certainly told thy servants how that the Lord thy God commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land, and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were so afraid for our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now, behold, we are in thine hand, as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us do." So here the Gibeonites is not even fighting it. They say, we here, we in your hands, we at the mercy of you. So whatever you feel like doing with us, do it. But this was their strategy all along, because Joshua had already made the league with them. So because he was a follower of God, he had to be a man of his word and keep his word. So the act was already done. The covenant was already made. The league was already made. So they had no choice but to keep them as part of their group, as part of their village, as part of their community. So instead of going against his word, Joshua decided he would make them servants to the Lord's house. And this is a very important lesson for us, because as we go further in life, as we climb the ladder, as we develop, as we grow into who God has called us to be, there will be deceivers coming among us to tell us, hey, we need your help, this, that, the other. But before you make a decision, don't be rash in making your decisions. Do your research, check out the situation, go ask questions. Don't just make covenants and leagues with any and anybody. Don't just give to any and anybody, because people might just be deceiving you. But on the other side of things, sometimes there are covenants that God not just allows, but He also blesses. There's covenants that have a purpose behind it. And this happens not when a person tries to deceive, but it happens when two people actually come together and decide to make a covenant. The most common covenant that we know of is marriage. But there's also covenants between friends. There's covenants between relationships for business. There's covenants between acquaintances. There are all sorts of different covenants. David and Jonathan also had a covenant because they're soul knitted to each other. So there are different types of covenants. But here in 1 Kings chapter 5 verse 12, we see Solomon having a covenant with someone else. And it says, "And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and they two made a league together." So here is two kings, Solomon and Hiram, and both of them have a common goal. Both of them have a kingdom. Both of them decided, instead of making war with each other, we would continue peace, because Hiram also had a league with David. So they came back. Even under Solomon's rule, the kingdoms stayed connected through this league they made with each other. So here's Hiram and Solomon making a league together. It says that they made a league together. So they did not deceive each other. They did not try to swindle each other. They did not do anything like that. But they made a league together. They made this decision together, and they decided to go forward in covenant together. And this is the type of covenant we want, whether it's marriage, whether it's friendship, whatever it is. No matter what you are doing, no matter who you are connecting to, whatever league or covenant you are getting into, make sure it is done together. It's not one-sided, otherwise you will have problems. It's not true deception, otherwise you will have situations on your hand. So just ensure, as we enter into covenants, relationships, leagues, let us ensure that we do it the right way and that we enter into it the right way. So as we move forward in life, let us make sure that we have the right covenants with each other. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.